lost one cannot hear you. She walks again the paths she forsook, wading through familiar darkness. Well met, my friend. Strange to see you beneath these noisy skies. I find I much prefer the quiet depths of the sea. There is a place in the depths that calls you. A domain both mine and not mine, lingering on the seabed for centuries. I have a certain fondness for it. I once helped it grow, yet from the beginning, it has been stagnant. Its beginning was your doing, Arthur. Now that you have returned, help it move at last. It calls itself the Sanctuary of Sarras. That is a name you should remember, my friend. After all, you would not be here without it. Quite so. Though it would do you good to show some respect for your king. By descending into the coldest depths of the sea. How else? Do not fear. You will not drown. I will not permit it. But there, my part ends. What follows is yours to shape. I trust you will not keep me waiting too long, my friend.
Squall forfeit i vurtato. Squall. Aram musil nago isuya.
I must get in. I'll convince the twins. They'll let me in. I'll reach the sanctuary at last. I'll see the sanctuary as soon as I get my sight back. No time to talk. No one will reach the sanctuary before me. It calls to me. I can hear its calling. I must hold on just a little longer. I thought the sanctuary wanted a sacrifice. I drank the water of life from the chapel. The body doesn't matter. Only the eyes of the soul do. Just a little longer, I'll descend into the sanctuary. Fools. Only I matter. Only I can descend into the sanctuary. No, don't drink. Don't drink. Don't drink the water of life. Try me. Try me, and maybe then I'll be worthy. The shrine will hear my plea.
The one unready for the descent.
Worry not. The blood upon your hands will fade.
The waters of the descent shall cleanse what remains.
If you are the one.
In the Age of Legends, as King Arthur waged his fateful war against the Four Dwellers, countless lesser tales unfolded in the shadows of that great struggle. Stories shaped by hardship and danger. Stories that would evolve for centuries to come. One such tale, nearly forgotten on Avalon, tells of a rebellion rising within Arthur's own ranks. Nimue, a young disciple of Merlin, shaken by the horrors of war, longed to return to the homelands, even if it meant defying her king. Led by her resolve, the rebels gathered several of Arthur's finest ships, including the proud flagship Sarras, and set their course for home, no matter the cost. But Merlin, they say, would never suffer betrayal. Drawing upon ancient, forbidden forces, he unleashed a wrath destined to be remembered, turning the deserters' escape into a spectacle burned into the memory of all who served Arthur. 6 centuries later, a lone wanderer steps towards a hidden, long-forgotten passage, ready to uncover the truth behind the legend of Sarras and the fate of those who dared to turn their backs on Avalon.
She's impatient, lady. She'll hear you. You must not invoke the lady's name in vain. She calls for change. We must accept it. The waves of knowledge are ever present. Nothing will change that. But change is inevitable. Forgive me. All these thoughts at once. I feel as though I'm drowning in the waves of knowledge. But you're here. You're here, just as it was foretold. The wave of change follows you, and soon it will spread across all of Sarras. He is here with you, isn't he? The song I heard was true. A song given to me by a messenger who has already met with you twice. This messenger, he came to me. Twice. The first time, he kindled hope. The second time, your meeting was far more direct. By then, he was certain the king truly returned. And this time, for good. And with that, I dare to think even this place might be changed. Names. Names. I know I should have them. Yet I don't know them, or perhaps I simply don't care. What I should care about is purpose. Purpose and meaning. Those are brought to me by the mighty messenger. Although I don't think that's his proper name. Naming names! What a horror! I only know this. You're here because you're meant to be here. You have your purpose. A place of torment. A place of deliverance. Our place. But to be precise, right now, we stand before the Tower of the Depths. And you stand among us, unthinkable. Wondrous beyond words. A need. Everyone has something they need, don't they?
I know well what yours is. The head of the Carnix, that once rested above, on the upper floor. Now stolen by a wretched thief. Where was I heading? Anyway. Ah, yes, thoughts. Whirling memories. Rise up, but wither at once. That is your need. Yes, do that. At once. Now, go. Deal with the thief. Bring back what was lost. And then we shall speak again. But wait. Where are you supposed to go? There's a cave nearby. I can hear the Carnix faintly calling from within. Someone wishes to keep me out. But they do not expect you. You won't face the same problem.
I know that smell. The stench of a landlubber. Better turn back while you still can. This is no place to lose your way. Well, look what crawled into this filthy hole with me. I haven't seen a live one down here in, never. Come to roll in the muck with us? Familiarize yourself with our stench. Want to smell the rotting glory of the sanctuary and all its foul denizens? Name's Squall. I run my own den. I carve it in the likeness of the seas I sailed and the shores I saw on the surface. The outside, this Sarras, it is a foul mockery, an insult to true sea dogs. This isn't a place for the likes of you, with your sun-kissed skin and fresh air in your lungs. Piss off before you start growing barnacles on your back. It ain't a pleasant feeling. Ah, so you must be Josephus's precious surface brat. He must be ecstatic, or he would be, if his head weren't like a morning scramble. Truth be told, I prefer him that way. The nonsense he spews now is better than his usual. So, I stole the Carnix. What of it? To snuff out any chance of light crawling back to this damned shore. To let those cockroaches rot in the dark a little longer. Besides, I like the dark. It covers what shouldn't be seen. The growths, the feelers, the greenish-gray skin that shouldn't still be walking around. I stole the Carnix so Sarras could be true to itself. You've walked into a graveyard, surface brat, and graveyards deserve darkness. They deserve quiet. They deserve to be forgotten. You don't say. They betrayed the sea, robbed us of a sailor's death. They put their faith in that horrible thing, and what they built out there, it is an abomination. Traitors and oathbreakers, the lot of them. Is that what Josephus calls this? Living, stupid surface brat. You're making yourself a puppet in his hands. And when you try to cut the strings, he'll cut you. I'm not giving you the Carnix. I'll fight for it tooth and nail until that husk of a body won't hold me no more. You look no something. Quick. This has got more bite than you. This has got more bite than you.
I can't. I mustn't. I need to be patient. It will be over soon. Oh, finally, our Sarras in all its glory. I never knew I would miss it this much. The sound that resonates and quickens the spirit. It is good to hear it once more. And this light. I had almost forgotten how beautiful it is. It brings clarity and quiets the mind. Forgive me for my indisposition earlier. At times, an excess of sights and knowledge seems to overwhelm me. Allow me to introduce myself, this time in a proper way. I am Josephus, a sailor of Captain Leir's crew. Glad to welcome you in the sanctuary of Sarras, child of the surface. Tell me, was it Squall who dared steal the Carnix? My dear child of the surface, everything changed. When you blew the Carnix, the knowledge flowing through me finally stopped being so floody. But if you want to keep the name for yourself, so be it. I was under the impression I should respect your decisions, no matter what they might be. I'm still not sure if it's Nimue's command, or the Lord of the Depths himself. Anyway, I need to obey. Ah, yes. The next step. You were brought here at Nimue's bidding. She wishes to meet you. Yet she lies beyond the deepest of depths, and only Captain Leir knows the path to her. But here we are. The hour has come. We must rouse that old cur from his slumber. And for that, the melody of the deep must be played once more. I will need the help of my old companions, Ercol and Apse. This is the second thing I ask of you, child of the surface. You must find them and persuade them to play their part. Each of them remains bound to what was appointed to them. Apse is the caretaker of the children of the one who gave us life. You will find him in the Ulcerate. And Ercol tends to the Lord of the Sea's knowledge in the archive. It's truly a sacred duty. He made sure that nobody would trouble him. Just be careful, child of the surface. It has been a long time since I last spoke with these two. Sarras is not a safe place, and their domains might have turned even more spiteful. Stay vigilant, though something tells me your presence here isn't mere coincidence. When you convince them, we'll meet at the chapter house, and consider yourself invited, of course. Trust me, you won't want to miss the moment we play the organ. Ah, and here, this is for you. Some parts of the sanctuary require you to cut into their bowels to enter, and they won't yield to any surface blade.
I'm astonished, and it's hard to find the right words. I would never have imagined that an underwater kingdom lay so close to Avalon shores. Let us study it carefully. I want to learn how it came to be, and why it called to us. I have a feeling this will be quite an intriguing journey. Toplander, you shall not pass until you face the Guardian of this island. Defeat the Guardian, claim the power it protects. Then the passage I guard will open before you. Toplander, you have seized the Guardian's power. My gate now stands open before you.
Aha! A rival approaches. If you're here to save the princess, turn back. We saw her first.
But we haven't seen her yet, remember? Because we're too scared to go in.
Hush, you crustacean. I told you already. If you're scared, you can leave. I will stay and save the princess. And then I'll marry her.
But you haven't gone in either. And I want to marry the princess too.
You don't even know the meaning of the word. You're just a Finbled. And you, what are you still doing here? Well, of course I know. You wish to challenge my knowledge, Toplander? Very well. To marry someone is to give yourself into the eternal service of the one who rescued you. For the princess said to the knight, "You saved my life, therefore I shall marry you." So it means she incurred a life debt and must repay it with her existence.
Really? That's what it means? But what will I do with a princess? I don't even know what they eat. Oh, thank Abyssodontis.
What? You... I know what you're trying to do. You think just because you're a Toplander I'll believe every word you say? It's obvious you're lying, because you want the princess for yourself. But I'm not going to fall for that. A princess is the daughter of a king who rules a faraway land. And I am her knight in, well, not very shining armor.
Oi, I am a knight too. I have armor, and I brought a gift for her.
What? He swore he didn't tell anyone else about the gifts. That shellhead. Anyway, I'm Brunor the Wise, and the Finbled insists on being called Brunor the Bold. Ugh. Damned Hiss. Yes, it turns out we both brought gifts. Hiss said it was customary, but I'm not saying anything else. Oh no, certainly not in front of the Finbled. Children, I beg your pardon. This is knowledge of the highest order, bestowed upon us by Hiss. We paid a good price for it.
Well, an outrageous price, truth be told. But it's all true, hence why we are here.
What all princesses do, of course. She's being held captive in a cave.
A tower.
A tower that's in a cave, and she's waiting for a valiant knight to rescue her. If you go inside and listen, you can hear her calling for help.
And it's very, very creepy. I wouldn't say what she's doing is calling for help. More like wailing. She sounds terrified. in pain, like a shoal of floatlings torn apart by the scion of the depths.
Oh, really? Well, why not? You can forge a path for me. Weaken the enemies a bit. But I doubt the princess would want to be rescued by the likes of you. Or who knows, maybe I'll rescue her from you. We'll see how it goes.
Make it stop.
sound. I could feel it vibrate through the water, and then it tore into my very body. I can still sense it inside me, weighing me down like an anchor.
It makes me want to weep with it.
And now, it lives within us all. Every living thing in Sarras carries this sorrow. I should never have come here. Curse me for believing Hiss's lies. I'm sorry, Toplander. I need to go back home, and never, ever leave again.
What's the worst thing about being a giant mouth everyone wants to walk through? Everyone's so damn servile and polite. Insult me for a change. Then I'll open up. And how am I supposed to know what it's like on the surface? I was made here, I stand here, and for this contraption to work, you've got to call on the world I actually live in. But hey, you tried. And that was still more interesting than anything else I've heard so far. Step right in.
You showed those maggots! Blasted things thought they could feed on me. Control me. Me! Though, not gonna lie, it's a good thing you showed up when you did, stranger. You're a curious piece of meat, aren't you? Guess I owe you one now. That's a good question, isn't it, stranger? I know what they weren't. For one, they weren't supposed to be coming out of the eggs, yet here they are. More and more of them every day. At this point, the whole bloody ulcerate must be infected. Because they're dumb as rocks, driven by nothing but instinct. And I'm the biggest, tastiest morsel in this whole place. If they'd brought me down, they'd have a proper feast on my carcass. They wish my skin's tough enough that they'd have starved before they tasted my flesh. Do I bloody look like a learned man to you? I don't know. And those scaly wastes of space who are supposed to guard the eggs don't know either. They think they're so smart because they can string a sentence together, but in the end, nothing comes of it. Useless, the lot of them. Am I now? I'll need to have a word with Josephus then. Find out where he got the idea that he can order me around. Though I suppose it must be the same place he got the idea to wake up Leira. The endless pit of stupidity and self-importance where his brain should be. Truth be told, I don't care either way. I've been bored as shit these past few hundred years, and Leira is entertaining. And by that, I mean stark raving mad. We always got along, Leira and I. We understood each other. But that was before Nimue had to put him down, for his own good and for everyone else's. And you think my one measly life is worth more than those of the Lord's children? That's flattering, but untrue. I don't know what Leira will do when he wakes up. No one does. Least of all him. I'll need all my focus to keep the ulcerate safe, and I cannot do that if enemies threaten us both from within and without. So, here's my deal. You find out what's happening here, help me fix it, and I'll play your song. Start with the dormitory and the refectory, then go as deep as you need to until this blight is eradicated. Good. You do that. And then may the Lord have mercy on all of us.
What is it now? Spit it out. Nah. I'd always known I'd end up at the bottom of the sea one day. Just never thought it would be this way. Instead of being fish food, I'm basically a fish lord. This place is tough, and it suits me. Though I do miss sailing. Oh, I've gone as stale as a forgotten hardtack. He sank my ship, the bastard. But he was clever enough not to sink me. I hated him back then. Thought I'd never stop. He took my ship, my men, and my freedom. I wasn't made to serve, but it turned out servitude wasn't what he wanted from me. He needed someone to keep things in order. So his ship became mine, and so did his men. In the end, he never gave me an order I didn't want to follow. Just one. Make sure they obey. At sea, discipline is everything. Every so often, you get some fool who thinks he's too big for his britches. That's how you know you slipped up. Gave them time to think. And thinking's where the trouble starts. They're not meant to think. They're meant to listen and do as they're told. The only thing they ought to be wondering is how long they can hold their breath while being keel-hauled for running their mouths when they shouldn't. The ulcerate is what it is. There's not much more to it than what you see. Endless rows of eggs and countless spawns of the Lord of the Seas. All for me to look after. Well, then you haven't met my mother. May the gods rest her soul, and the soil quench her anger. This place requires a heavy hand. Thankfully, that's one of the things I inherited from her. That, and my pretty eyes. Keeping the eggs warm so they hatch. Making sure what comes out doesn't die on the spot. And then comes the delightful task of raising them. Making sure they don't grow up weak. With the scions, it's easy. They have an innate craving for domination. But even that needs to be reined in sometimes. Reefbounds are smart, sometimes too smart for their own good. Out in the world, too much thinking can get you killed. And Finbloods are, well, you learn to live with them. Of course not. I appoint carers to help me around the ulcerate. After all, it's only natural that older siblings should look after the younger, isn't it? I chose those who show the most promise. Those who understand why they went through all those hardships. They don't know familiar love the way we do, so at least there's no risk of spoiling the little ones rotten. The world out there's cold and uncaring, even more so than the one we grew up in. Only the strong survive. Charity and empathy are luxuries, not instincts. To everyone out there, you're just a meal waiting to happen. And you can't let that happen. Neither can they. They are the children of the terror of the seas. They need to live up to their heritage. You solve the problem? Aha! Finally, some peace and quiet here. Though not for long, I suppose. Now tell me, What had the gall to corrupt my ulcerate? Oh, blast it! Looks like it was my own negligence that caused it. Oh, this place won't let you put your guard down for even a moment. You did good, stranger. I promised you the melody, so meet me at the organ. And may the Lord of the Seas have mercy on you, because Lear sure won't.
For the dead man's chest and a bottle of rum. You know what you must give me if you want to crawl past. What? You roam a drowned land full of chests of liquid gold, and you haven't got a single bottle on you? You probably drank it all yourself. I won't let you pass until you share. Toplander? Got a bottle of fine rum for me? Not a chance I'm letting you in without it. Now that's a worthy drink. Crawl on through, and don't forget to drink one for my health. I'm sad. You bring change. Sarras is sinking into sorrow, and I'm sinking with it. Comfort me. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Not that I actually felt anything, but nobody's ever hugged me before. Thank you, Toplander. My gates are open to you.
Halt! No entry to the archive. Not even for you, Toplander. That is true. Sir Ercol guards the knowledge within the archive. But I am the one who guards Sir Ercol's peace. My name is Rueko, and I decide who may pass these gates. Sir Ercol does not wish to speak to anyone. He is terribly busy. Only those deemed worthy are allowed into the archive. Sir Josephus has no authority over the archive. Only Sir Ercol does. While he is occupied with important matters, he has ceded that authority to me. I decide who enters the archive, not Sir Josephus. That is correct. I do not. All the more reason I cannot allow you entry. Tambo is a community formed around the archive. Its people are united in the pursuit of knowledge and improving themselves worthy of its greatest source. Become part of this community. Get to know them, and allow them to know you. Work with them, for the only way to prove true worth is to lend your skills to those in need. Yes, that is what I said. I do not doubt it.
Trinkets, baubles, treasures from the endless dark. Secrets bought, secrets sold, knowledge for knowledge. Come, come, Toplander, let me look, let me marvel. A merchant, a collector, a seeker of knowledge. Oh, but no more, no more. I've lost my treasure. I am bereft, adrift. I miss it dearly. Nothing brings me joy. Pearl that hums a beautiful melody. It flows like water, soothes my mind, makes my insides sweetly tremble. But the Morgens stole it. They laughed as they took it, and they won't give it back. They are Morgens. All they know is to take. Take lives. Take pride in life-taking. Take treasures one has rightfully earned. Morgens are cruel, just because they can be. Me? They have claws that rend flesh, teeth that crush bone. I can swim fast, but not fast enough. Could you? You could? Yes! The sisters like Toplanders. A little too much, perhaps. But they are curious, often bored. They may listen, or be taken by surprise. That's right. Bring me the pearl, and you will be rewarded. Show me yours, and I'll show you mine. My name is a current, a rush of warmth. In the biting cold, it flows, it carries a buzz with life, filled with purpose. A buzz. Bozz. You can call me Bozz, Toplander. Yes. Don't let the current snatch you.
For a moment I thought a Morgen had bewitched my eyes. But no, they weren't deceiving me. You're here, and you're not one of us. I'm so glad to meet you. I'm Naughtalim, the local fillet knife master. Oh, yes, my child. We all know. Do you really think news in an underwater kingdom travels by sound, like it does on the surface? That would be terribly inefficient. Your arrival sent a wave through the depths, heard by anyone willing to listen. And most of them are afraid of you, my child. But now that I see with my own eyes, I find nothing evil about you. I'm very good at reading the intentions of deep dwellers, but you're the first Toplander I've ever met. So I can only hope I'm not wrong. By the way, if you ever find yourself needing to reach the Ulcerate, you'd better not. It's a dangerous place, even for deep dwellers, let alone toplanders. My dear, mark my words. Of course! I'm always prepared if you want something ready-made. A toplander buying from me? My friends will never believe this. You say? From what little I know, your cooks on the surface love using fire. Frying, roasting, smoking. Oh, you won't see any of that down here. Oh, sure. We can heat our dishes on a geyser. I guess you could even call that cooking, but it's nothing like what you're used to. So, are you ready to learn the secrets of underwater cuisine? Very well. If that's what you want to call it. Here, take this recipe. Try it out and tell me what you think. I can tell you everything about this place. My kitchen is the most fascinating spot in the whole realm. Have you seen the carcass of the great serpent yet? Not long ago, they were the source of endless feasts. You need to understand, my child, that nothing goes to waste here. We live in perfect harmony. And that's why, when an underwater creature finds the water too heavy to bear, it gives up its body for the benefit of the rest. And that's how we have a nearly endless supply of food. Now, do you see why I'm the best cook you'll ever meet? Of course we do. Why are you so surprised? What's the point of wasting good meat if the soul has already left the body? From your tone, I take it you treat your dead differently. But is it really so strange? Every place has its own customs. I knew you were a smart beast. I can see it in your eyes. Food is the foundation of life. Obviously, the only logical choice is to return to the community that raised you and make sure it's fed. Waste is a sin, I keep saying that. If you get hungry, you'll know where to find me.
My, would you look at that, sisters? What a tasty little morsel, dropped all the way to the bottom without anyone's help. Aren't we lucky today?
The luckiest. But what is it doing here, I wonder?
Who cares? We shouldn't be looking a gift kelpie in the mouth, should we?
Ha! Aren't you sure of yourself?
Shh. Let it be. I like them a little spicy.
My. Who would have thought Bozz had it in her? I always knew that little thief was clever, but this is bold.
Almost a shame she was born, well, a shrimp. She might have made a fine hunter.
I'm afraid little Bozz hasn't been entirely honest with you. Yes, she sent you for the pearl, but we're not the thieves here. She is. Bozz used the pearl to steal the last song of our dying sister as she gave herself to the sea. She had no right. What's left of our sister belongs to us and to the waves. No surprise there, but what made her send you here for it, I wonder? She had to know we wouldn't simply hand it over. Either she truly believes in your skill, or she doesn't think much of you at all. There's no song more beautiful or more powerful than a Morgen's dirge. We weep for ourselves, for no one else will mourn us. We sing to the sea as we sink into its final embrace. It can beguile a mortal, drive them to despair. Spells woven from it are always strong, always cruel. And yes, it can be stolen. Many have tried, out of greed or malice. I find it vile. Careful, mortal. This is our sister's dirge you're speaking of, not some cheap bauble. Or would you like me to reach down your throat and find your tongue, so I can have it as a keepsake? Well, there is something you could do for us, and then I might consider giving you the pearl. One of the scions of the depths has made himself at home in a cave within our domain. He's alone from what we know. Only comes out now and then, picking off our weakest and dragging them away. We would have dealt with him ourselves, but he's been strangely elusive, as if the darkness itself hides him from us. Worse still, he sealed the entrance with some powerful spell. It causes a strange kind of paralysis. I've never felt anything like it. My whole body went taut, trembling, frozen. I couldn't move. And then my heart, it thundered in my ears so loudly I could hear nothing else. Fear? That's absurd. Mortals feel fear.
They do. It makes them taste sour.
Sour? Oh, to me it's more bitter.
If you say so, I think it makes them taste more like the sea. They claim to be the children of the Terror itself. Perhaps they are. I don't know. You'll rarely see them stoop to speak with, well, anyone. They're brutes who fancy themselves the deadliest predators in the sea. Let them think what they will. Worry about your life first. We'll speak of rewards when, if you come back.
stink of fear. Theirs and your own. Good. Good. I will devour you and your fear, and grow stronger for their coming. The past, the present, the future. They shall rule where others now pretend to rule. Even the so-called terror of the sea will fall before them, and I shall serve as their herald and their hand. The Morgens think they own fear, so fond they are of sowing it in mortals above. I only let them taste what they themselves have planted. They call themselves devourers, yet they too will soon be devoured. All will tremble, all will end when they walk this forsaken reality. No, we cannot. I do not waste my breath on vermin. Be glad. To die now is mercy. Your defiance is delicious. It makes the feast sweeter. They whisper through my veins. Can you hear it? Your defiance is delicious. It makes the feast sweeter. Your screams are but hints to them. And let the death drink from you. They whisper through my veil. Can you hear it? Your defiance is delicious. It makes the feast sweeter.
Oh, what a sweet little treat you are. Wake? I see, you've done well. Nothing that slumbers in the depths should ever be woken. Those creatures, they are devours. Not even the ocean could hold them. Here, the reward I promised. Just make sure it's cared for. Our lost sister's song, in exchange for the lives of the sisters still with us. Seems like a fair trade, doesn't it? Really? You are a strange mortal. Most of your kind only want, few are willing to give. Very well. Thank you for your generosity. But we cannot let you go unrewarded. Here, take this instead. And visit us if you like. I promise we won't bite.
Speak for yourself.
Farewell. Return when you wish.
Still breathing. I almost admire that.
The current must fancy you. It keeps carrying you to us.
Come, see what the current has brought. Oh, tell me! They convinced you. Oh, of course, I should have known better. Don't expect a reward from me or from them, except perhaps a mouthful of teeth. Enjoy their regard. It will be short-lived, just like you. Help? Now? Help like the last time? When you lost me my pearl? I don't know. I shouldn't. Oh, but there's something I want so badly, and I can't have it, because I'm just Bozz. Is that a surface way? Then it's knowledge, given away without a thought. Knowledge is everything to us, but nothing to you. Like pearls are nothing to us. Are they everything to you? Here, it will. Take Hiss. Hiss has knowledge. Hiss never goes hungry. Nor will you if you stay, but you won't, I think. You'll need your touchable things. Good, I have a lot of those, and only one wish. I want the head of the great beast's bastard. Or not the head, some other part. A trophy. To have and to hold. Murder? Not murder. A hunt. She's the daughter of the beast, and a beast herself. It's kill or be killed with her. Their kind knows no other way. To prove a point. I may be a thin-bled, but I am not weak, not stupid. I am strong in my cleverness. I have collected many things I know their worth. And that knowledge I will use in the surface way. I will have what cannot be had. Respect. A little fear, not too much, but enough. With the great beast, of course, deep within what's left of it. A body made into a home, crawling with the unwanted. And stand with the scions of the depths. Good, and I will mount it where everyone can see. But first, you will need some things. Things I found, things I made. I wish to be a part of the hunt. Here, the bait. A smelly delicacy. Don't let the current snatch you!
Greetings, Toplander. Go with the current, Toplander. Return when you understand.
Toplander, thank you for coming to me. Have you seen my sister, Cindrill? She's very beautiful. Looks a lot like me. We hatched from the same egg. I miss her so much. This is the second tide since she's been gone. I've asked everyone. I've searched as far as half a day's distance from our home. I don't dare go any further. It's too dangerous. We're both still so young, and I can't risk not being here if she comes back. No one knows anything. But I'm sure that cursed Hiss had his disgusting claws in this. He's a horrid creature. A disgusting shellfish who thinks he's the smartest of us all. No one knows where he came from, or how he managed to collect so much knowledge in so little time. But it couldn't have been honestly. Still, he's gathered more knowledge than everyone else combined, and that frightens them. But not me. The problem is, he won't tell me anything. And I've seen him following Cindrill with those nasty little eyes of his. Who else could have taken her? Everyone knows Cindrill and I are inseparable. Hiss has his ways. Maybe he put something in our food so we'd fall asleep, then took Cindrill. There was one time we had some seaweed that tasted off. Cindrill just waved it away. She hadn't had any luck hunting that day, and she didn't want us to go to sleep with empty stomachs. I slept for so long after that. And when I woke, Cindrill was gone. Trust me, Toplander. Hiss is the only one of us devious enough to do something like this. I'm sure it was him. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I've heard that your arrival heralds change. But I don't want change. I want everything to be the way it was. To live a carefree life with Cindrill by my side. To not worry about tomorrow. If you help me, I'll give you everything I have. I'll be waiting here for your return. Always swim with the current.
You, Toplander. This one is shell named Hiss. This one greets you. This one desires your knowledge. This one hungers for knowledge is the most precious thing here. This one has already introduced himself. He is shell named Hiss. But this one wonders, who are you? So you seek knowledge. Good. Hiss knows much about seeking knowledge. The waves have carried news of your arrival. This one is curious about you. This one offers his assistance in completing your mission. This one might know what became of Cindrill, But why should this one share his knowledge? This one is not interested in that kind of knowledge. However, this one has learned that Toplanders use intimidation. This, too, is knowledge. Very well. This one will mark on your map where Cindrill is hiding. This one now asks you to leave. He does not wish to continue conversing with you. Ah, so the Toplander is also a helper. This one is pleased to hear it. This one cannot leave his post, for the tide of knowledge might pass him by. But this one also has an obligation to a friend, whom he cannot visit. Will the Toplander keep his word? Will you help this one, and this one's friend? The Toplander will feed this one's friend. The friend likes seaweed. The friend hides in a cave. This one will give the Toplander a key to enter. In return for that help, the friend will repay you with knowledge no Toplander has yet held, nor ever will. This one asks that no one learn of the friend's existence or location. The beings here do not understand how important the friend is. Or they understand all too well, and would harm him for it. This one politely asks the Toplander for discretion. It is a matter of life and death. This one is always willing to help, in exchange for knowledge.
You're a Toplander. That's amazing. What are you doing all the way down here? Ah, so you seek inspiration. Knowledge, perhaps? Then we have a lot in common, and you've definitely come to the right place. The archive is full of knowledge, although I've never actually been there. But now that you're here, perhaps you can help me find what I seek. I have some items that came from your land. You know, up there. But no one here knows what they're used for. And I can't for the life of me figure it out. Of course, I have my own ideas, but I doubt they're anywhere close to the truth. Oh, that's wonderful! Thank you! Let's start with this one. Look, it has all those long teeth. Utterly fascinating. The teeth are sharp, but not sharp enough to cause a serious wound. But you can plunge the whole thing into the ground? So, I figured, it must be for keeping Toplanders tethered to the land. Am I right? Your hair? What? You! And I touched it! You take it. I don't want it anymore. I think I'm done for now. Could you come back later? Please? I am? I'm sorry. That's not a word I'm familiar with. I do. Oh, is that what you call coral shapers where you're from? An artist? But you just said they were called artists. That's a different word. But not coral? Why? You don't have it on the surface? So interesting. Oh, I wish I could one day see the surface and meet those artists. Those other artists. Because I would be one of them. That's so fascinating. Thank you for sharing this knowledge with me. We've decided to settle near the archive, to stay close to the knowledge. Everyone here dreams of catching a glimpse of what's inside one day. I hope I'll be worthy enough for Ercol to let me in. But as far as I can remember, nobody ever has been. You'd have to be invited by Ercol. And that's it. Rueko guards the entrance, but don't count on her being lenient. Or bribable. Ugh, if you tried to bribe her, she'd take it as a terrible insult. Don't stay away too long.
Child of the surface, you bring knowledge that none other possesses. Share it with me, and I will open for you the passage to the Temple of Knowledge. Is that your idea of an insult? Read this book, and you'll know everything. Toplander, are you one of those insecure fools who aren't versed in the art of conversation and prefer to give out dweeby recommendations? Or do you hold me in such contempt that you don't even consider me worthy of your time? You'd rather give me homework? Either way, I find this type of conduct embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Begone. Come to your senses, Toplander? Are you ready to share your knowledge properly this time? Now we're talking. I too share that sentiment. Then let us tackle a subject which might be a wee bit controversial around these parts. Tell me, what do you know about dictatorship, Toplander? That's one way to look at it. But what if your dictator is, quite literally, the very heart of your realm? Changes your perspective, doesn't it? It doesn't mean everyone has to like it. It's simply how things work here. She is the seal that binds this place together. The reason Sarras exists in the form you see now. Lady Nimue is everywhere. She sees and knows everything. Because she's connected to every living thing here. Or so the locals believe. So it's only logical. There is no free will here. Only the will of Lady Nimue. If that isn't a dictatorship, I don't know what is. Perhaps I'm not. Or perhaps I'm merely obscuring my intentions, goading you to say things that would insult all the good denizens of this kingdom. But maybe it's precisely the opposite. So don't be too concerned with what-ifs and what-not. Your goal is to open the door by entertaining me with your true knowledge. So give me your honest answer. Based on everything you've seen and learned, do you approve of the way we do things around here? Does it? Every thesis begets a contradiction. Every lasting power learns to face opposition head-on. Maybe even use it to its own ends. Lady Nimue is clever. Absorbing what's opposite to you can make you stronger. Rulers who only surround themselves with sycophants are rulers whose rule won't outlive them. Our dictator subsumes everything. I certainly can't think of an opposite way to how she does things. Your king is a part of you? Is that a joke? No? No, it's not. No more talking theory. This is genuine knowledge. The direct opposite of how we do things around here. Fascinating. Mind-blowing even. So, tell me, how is it? Interesting. But at the same time, not really. You make it sound like a 20-year marriage. I suppose at the end of the day, each of us has to look at ourselves as just one part of a greater whole. In any case, thank you for sharing your perspective. I have gained knowledge about you, and that is the truest gift you could have given me. A door into another world. And on that note, you may use me now.
The Sanctuary hasn't seen someone as fresh-faced as you in a long time. Quite the sight, I must say. I suppose you've got important business that brought you down here, eh? Don't worry, I won't ask what it is. I'm not the prying kind. Truth be told, I'd rather not know. I was once part of some important business. And, well, you can see how that turned out. Yes, forgive me. My name's O'Neill, and this is my humble little camp. I've tried to recreate the workshop I remember from my days on the surface, and I did what I could. But you won't find the comforts of a proper forge here. Resources are scarce. Just what I've managed to salvage from the shipwrecks. Anyway, if you'd like to work on your weapon, feel free to use my tools. They're all yours. I wouldn't call myself a craftsman. More of a collector who sometimes needs to fix a thing or two. I like gathering old trinkets, relics from the world above. You know, the surface. Of course, I won't turn down a pearl necklace or a coral ring, either. If you've got something like that, perhaps we can trade. As for this place, it may not look very welcoming, but I have my piece. Folks around here tend to avoid the area near the Barnacles. The Barnacles, speaking of lies, they watch with their many eyes, tracking every move. Though they're mostly harmless to us. Still, that doesn't mean they aren't dangerous. The people of nearby Tumbo are tested there. If their knowledge is false, well, they say lies bring death. I don't know how much truth there is to that. Maybe it's just a tale. I've never gone there myself, out of respect for the Tumbo folk. It seems to be a sacred place for them. Make yourself at home among my collection. By the way, if you ever come across bottles with letters inside, bring them to me, will you? Those are the true gems of my collection. Letters sealed in glass, remnants of lives long forgotten.
Child of the surface, the song of the Lord of the Depths foretold your coming. Heal me, and the gates to Sarras shall open before you. You fought well. Those were the creatures who drained me. Forgive me this deception, and thank you for the grace you have granted me. May our realm bestow its favor upon you.
You look weird. Mummy let you out? Mummy never lets anyone out. Was it because of how weird you look? Oh, Mummy never had visitors. You must be very special. Are you my daddy? Oh, I see. Guess I'll meet him another time.
Still one, here at the bottom. Ah, so big, so ugly, so beautiful. I should mount it, yes, where everyone can see. No more, Bozz is stupid, Bozz is weak. They will look, and they will tremble. Here's your reward, Toplander. This is yours, but the glory... the glory is ours. And I have more, you know. things of the sea. I could share them for something of the land. What do you say? The scions have no children. A child is weak. And what is weak is eaten. I know! I've seen it. And Finbleds are the weakest. We are food to them, not brood. Me? Why me? I have a business to run. Knowledge to gather. What use do I have for a child? Oh, you're right. You're right. It won't take much, won't it? Feed him, teach him some knowledge. My child won't be stupid. Never threaten to eat him easy. Better than a scion. We'll show them. A Finbled doing what a scion never could. Off you swim now.
You startled me. I didn't think anyone would find my hideout. Hiss promised no one would. That creature. Everything has a price with him. So I'm guessing you paid him more than I did. What do you want? Let me guess. Corallune is looking for me. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. She's not worried about me, but about herself. Tell me, what do you know about me from what Corallune told you? Not much, I bet. Think back to everything she said. Can you hear her saying, me? That's Corallune for you. She doesn't care about anyone but herself. I took care of everything. Food, contact with the outside world, making sure she slept peacefully. And what did I get in return? Whining, huffing, and the silent treatment. If I'm expected to be everything, then I'll be everything for myself. I can feed myself and put myself to sleep. It's about time Corallune learned to do the same. She won't have any choice without me. Because I want to finally be free, to have my own life, to start my own family. No more and no less. You have no idea what it's like to spend your life with someone who always plays the victim. It's not that she can't do anything. She just doesn't want to. She throws up her hands and insists I do everything better. For a long time, I kept falling for her games. When I tried to teach her something, to show her how she could have a better life, hunt on her own, gather seaweed, she'd get offended and punish me with silence. Or she'd accuse me of putting on airs, of treating her like an idiot. She'd say anything just to make me give up and do everything for her. I couldn't keep living like that. And I won't keep living like that. Not at all. That won't be necessary. Listen, I know my sister. I just need to wait until some poor sap takes my place and lets her exploit them. Then I'll come back. I'm sure Corallune will be terribly offended, but at least I'll have some peace and quiet. Perhaps it's not the gentlest way, but it's the only one. I've tried everything else. Disappearing for a while is the only reasonable option. Hiss promised to tell me when that happens. Thank you. If there's one thing I could ask of you, please, give her this letter. You can say you found it with my body. If you manage to make Corallune stop searching for me, if you can push her towards independence, return to me, and I'll share everything I've gathered with you. And please, don't tell anyone where I am. I really need to be alone for a while. Just me.
Hiss has no choice. He has to confess to taking Cindrill. There's no other way. That's impossible. What happened? Was it Hiss? Did you kill him for what he did to my sister? Oh, Cindrill. What am I going to do now? Give it to me. I can't believe this. My Cindrill. Did she really hate me that much? Why didn't she ever say anything? It was just talk. She didn't mean it. We love each other. But now that you've told me, I know it's true. She tried to tell me more than once. I'd like to be left alone, all right? I have a lot of work to do here. I need to learn how to find food, how to put myself to sleep. It's so much work. I have no time to waste. I thank you for finding her, even though I hoped for a different outcome. Here. This was meant to be your reward for finding her. And you've done just that? One way or another? Oh, Cindrill. I'm sorry for everything.
Is that you? I've been waiting for you. I'm hungry, my friend. I listened for your steps. I missed your company. So, I wasn't a good friend after all. He sends strangers to feed me, revealing my hiding place. Why, Hiss? How much more knowledge do you need before you value me again? Or have you come to kill me? To poison me so I won't bother him anymore? Seaweed, my favorite treat. Thank you, friend of his. Still, I don't understand why he didn't bring it himself. I thought I'd been a good turtle. Because only his opinion matters. He gave me life, so he could take it away if he wished. I wouldn't blame him. It's thanks to him that I've survived this long in peace. Sometimes I'm unsure if what I say or do might offend him. His mind is beyond my understanding. It's possible I upset him somehow, even though my intentions are pure, and the knowledge I share is always precious. Hiss is my savior. He found this shelter for me, and keeps it secret from everyone. If not for him, I'd have been food for the people of Sarras long ago. My shell turned into a shrine. He gives me safety and food, and I share my knowledge in return. And I'm a very old turtle, you see. Before Sarras, my parents swam near Abyssodontis and absorbed his knowledge, passing it down to their children. That's very valuable knowledge. Friend of his, there are no others like me anymore. I'm the last of my species in Sarras. What remains of my brothers and sisters lies scattered across this realm. They hunted us for the knowledge we carried. Our shells became shrines. They believed it would bring them closer to the Lord of the Depths. We were unlucky. When Sarras was formed, our eggs were caught in the region. And since siblings couldn't reproduce, we all died out. Except me. And Hiss has been kind. He didn't make a shrine out of me. He gave me shelter and food.
What more could an exile like me wish for? If I leave, I'll die. They'll hunt me down the moment I step outside. No, I can't disappoint Hiss. I don't want to make him angry. Sometimes when he's upset, he stops being kind. No amount of knowledge can calm him then. Sometimes he's gone for a long time, and I starve. No, I'm not leaving. That would mean certain death. You say there might be others like me outside the dome. It's true. My mother and father must have come from beyond Sarras, if they swam with Abyssodontis. So, we may have been born here, but we were not from this place. But Hiss always told me that Sarras cannot be left. Are you sure? That I could leave this place and swim freely through the vastness of the deep? That's true. My eyes aren't what they used to be. But I can see you're more of a toplander than a deep dweller. If you found your way in, perhaps you'll find your way out. So maybe I could too, if I had the courage. Thank you for your words. I'll think about them. And thank you for the seaweed. If I decide to go, I'll need the strength. Take this. I found it while cleaning. A reward for sharing your knowledge and helping me see things more clearly.
This one greets the Toplander. The meddling Toplander should not expect to gain knowledge not meant for the Toplander's ears. This one will give the Toplander an object of material value in return for the seaweed. It was the friend who promised to share knowledge. This one made no such vow. This one has never hidden that knowledge's worth is immeasurable. This one knows that the turtle is a precious friend, the sole sacrifice that might one day grant this one passage into the archive. And only this one knows where the last turtle remains. Well, this one and the Toplander, of course. But the Toplander has a mission, and the laws of Tumbo do not apply to him. Thus, that knowledge will be of no use to the Toplander. The Toplander promised to help this one. Is this how Toplanders help? By doing what was never asked? If this one had known, this one would never have asked. The Toplander possesses nowhere near the knowledge my turtle did. But if the Toplander shares knowledge that no other being holds, this one will forgive the impropriety. This one is not certain the Toplander speaks truth. This one is not convinced this is knowledge unique to the Toplander. However, if Rueko does not possess it, perhaps it will suffice. Now leave this one to himself, Toplander. It is time for this one to organize the knowledge already gathered. This one is always willing to help, in exchange for knowledge.
Toplander, you've returned. Most of the villagers speak very highly of you, that is true. It is clear you have taken my words to heart. Yet, one of them has come to me accusing you of a crime against knowledge. That I cannot tell you. I am sworn to secrecy. I do not know your character well, Toplander. You might be prone to anger, thirsty for revenge. I would rather avoid senseless bloodshed. It is not an accusation to take lightly, Toplander. If proven, it warrants exile from our community. You are accused of being deliberately misleading when sharing your knowledge. No, not unless you prove your innocence. I am sorry, Toplander, but such is the law of this land. There is only one way to clear your name beyond any doubt. You need to stand before the Barnacles speaking of lies. They will judge whether the accusation has merit, and their word cannot be contested. But beware, Toplander. Those whom the Barnacles judge liars meet a tragic end. You should know by now that knowledge and truth carry special weight here. The Barnacles are the only beings who can tell whether those principles were broken. They are both feared and valued. Show them respect, whatever their form. Good. I will await your return, Toplander. That is, if you make it back.
Toplander approaches.
Two of them, even.
A big one, hidden inside a smaller one. How odd. How unusual.
Have you come for judgment, Toplanders?
Give us all your lies. And all your truths.
We can tell which is which. Though you may not like what we say.
Oh, the Toplanders wish to know our credentials.
How amusing. Very well.
We come from the primordial depths.
We emerged from a darkness so absolute it became luminous.
We drank our knowledge from the bones of the world.
We sucked them dry of all their gentlest matter until they rang hollow.
They still do. Not that you can tell.
And now we're here, ready for your judgment.
Satisfied? Oh. That is very easy.
Be born with the world.
Slip your tendrils into its every crevice.
Grow 1,000 eyes to peek into its most jealously guarded secrets.
Soak up every word ever spoken.
Thought.
Felt.
And you'll learn how to tell the truth from a lie in no time. Your steps are heavy, weighted, weary, old.
And you are full of lies.
Lies told to others, and many, oh so many, told to yourself. Too many lies for one small toplander.
We have a piece of advice for you, big toplander.
You can say them until your voice is hoarse, and the words taste like ashes of what they once were. Yet, they will never become truth.
We are the Barnacles, speaking of lies. We know all the lies, the small ones.
I didn't have time. Of course I remember. No, I don't mind.
And the big ones. You're the only one that matters. Everything will be alright. It wasn't my fault. Oh, we know.
Brought by none other than the shell named Hiss.
Ah, the shell named Envy.
The shell named Greed.
But an accusation is an accusation, and it must be considered. You told Hiss that you have a mission here. That you wish to seek knowledge.
He claims it was false. For why would you search for knowledge here, if all of it can be found on the surface?
Yes, sadly, 2 toplanders have descended from the surface. One of them, even, of a certain repute among us.
And yet, this is what we are to pass judgment over. Disappointing.
We know. So, he's told a lie to himself. How very surface-like of him.
But you never disabused him of it, did you?
Isn't that a lie of omission? A boring one, but terribly common. No, that only makes him arrogant.
And a little bit foolish.
Oh, what a pickle.
Eons upon eons on the bottom of the sea, and yet never before have we felt like
our time was being wasted. One conversation was all that was needed, not us. We will pass no judgment on this. You may walk freely.
Why? Are you disappointed, Toplanders? Did you really think it would be so easy?
That we would smite you for one silly lie and end both your fates?
You should know by now, life is never that merciful.
Nor should it be. Mercy is repaid with mercy, Toplander.
And the one that hides within you had none to give, only cruelty disguised as righteousness.
Like a corpse dressed in frippery. May it haunt you forever, big Toplander. No matter how deep you try to banish it.
Now, go. and don't bother us any longer.
This one greets the Toplander. This one has no...
You spoke to the Barnacles and came back in one piece. That means you've proven your innocence beyond any doubt. I admit, I'm glad that's the case. All important news in Sarras is carried everywhere by the currents. And no small amount of gossip, too. Thank you for your honesty, Toplander. The Barnacles are the final jury in such matters. If they cannot pass judgment, your knowledge lies beyond even their understanding. If anything, that only strengthens my decision that you are worthy of entry. You may go in. The door will remain open to you, and only you. It is an honor I grant with a glad heart.
No idle chit-chat. I know who you are, and I know what you wish me to do. But I cannot do it while the place I am bound to keep is sinking into chaos. All this is your doing, so let us skip the pleasantries. I have neither the time nor the wish for courtesy in these circumstances. Your assumption is accurate. First you help me, then you may ask, and I shall judge the outcome of your actions. Then and only then will you have my answer. That is my offer. Take it or leave here forever. Somebody needs to restore order to this place. And if it isn't you, the very cause of this disorder, then the responsibility will fall upon my shoulders. And I assure you, I won't have time to play the organ anytime soon after that. I am pleased with your answer. The path to the Afterimages is now open. They are places tainted by chaos. Places that must be set back in order. Visions of the past, the present, and the future. What has already happened, what is happening now, and what was meant to happen. They were entrusted to me by the Lord of the Seas himself. Your arrival has changed the Afterimages. They now show new things, different things. The knowledge I had gathered through them has become useless. This is unacceptable. I know who sent you to me, Toplander, and I know about your mission, but you cannot demand anything of me until you help me bring order to the chaos that followed your arrival. Ask them. I never refuse knowledge to those I have allowed into my presence. Ah, my archive. It is extraordinary. I am certain it is the only one in all the known and unknown universe. Here, knowledge gathers about everything you might wish to know, and much you might wish you didn't. I am but a humble servant of the Lord of the Seas. I oversee the knowledge stored within the archive, but to know it fully is impossible. Here you will find everything. That is why you must always know what it is you seek. I was chosen and anointed by him. He came to me when my spirit was wandering aimlessly, searching for knowledge. He showed me the truth about everything. About Avalon, its people, King Arthur, the weirdness. Now I know that the island I once thought was my whole world is but a small ripple in the untamable current of time. Nothing human should concern me anymore. Not after what the Lord has shown me. In theory, yes. But the truth is, well, you will see it for yourself when you enter the Afterimages and begin restoring order. Every gesture, yours or those of the creatures you meet, shapes destiny. You may even begin to question whether destiny exists at all, when there are so many variables and endless possibilities. That was not my decision, although I know they think otherwise. I suspect it was Rueko's idea to tell them that entry is granted only after gathering enough knowledge. I suppose she wished to spare her kin from certain death, while still urging them to grow. I am not capable of such multifaceted thinking for the sake of lesser creatures. I carry too much knowledge to trouble myself with worldly concerns. May your mind remain ever pure and supple.
Stand down, Captain. Turn back now, and perhaps Arthur will reconsider branding you a traitor.
I'm long past caring what he thinks. Besides, being called a traitor by our king almost feels like a badge of honor.
Insolent knave! Do you truly think Nimue will save you? She only kept her neck because she's Merlin's precious pupil. You are nothing.
Look, I've no quarrel with you, Sir Knight. I'd rather be far away from your lot. But alas, I need Nimue for that. So either get out of my way or say a prayer to the All-Mother.
My shield is a fortress.
I won't kill you.
Thank you for the rescue, Captain. I won't ask if you understand the consequences. I'm not as foolish as your peers would like to believe. Since you've already stained your hands with the blood of the Knights of the Round Table, does that mean you've made your choice?
Most of my peers were annihilated by those four-armed demons. At least the ones I give a damn about. Watching your quartermaster get ripped apart gives you perspective. A shitty bloody perspective, but a perspective nonetheless.
It does, doesn't it? As for me, I've known nothing else. I don't remember my parents, but I remember the first Four Dweller I ever saw. I may have been born here, but Avalon never felt like home to me. We have to face facts. This war is futile, and it's only costing us more lives. It's time we went home. Our true home. The one we so recklessly abandoned.
Recklessly, huh? Sometimes I forget your lot doesn't remember the Red Death. Doesn't even know it, really.
The Red Death...
Let me finish, before you say something stupid that makes me toss you back into that cell. I'm talking about perspective, the way I see it. Coming to Avalon, we traded one hell for another. But the one before? At least it was ours. Avalon isn't, and I doubt it ever will be.
Then you'll help us. You'll command the fleet again.
Aye, I will. Steering the ships back to the homelands won't be easy, but people say you're powerful enough to make it happen. I don't want to die in this wretched, miserable land, cursed by an enemy that will never stop hating us.
You won't, Captain. I swear it. I'll see to it we all live to see the shores of the homelands, whether for the first time, or once again.
You shouldn't promise things like that. Now I'll have to hold you to it. Still, you've got me. I'll do everything I can to make sure you deliver.
Merlin, where are you? Ugh, I swear if this is another one of your lessons... Merlin, I don't have time for your games!
That, my dear, was a threshold warden. Not so easy to defeat, wouldn't you say? They're beings created to maintain order between worlds. Even King Arthur himself once struggled to win a duel against one. I wanted to show you what you might face if you continue with your plan to leave Avalon. There's no telling how many of them may be waiting on the shores of the homelands.
And that foolish duel with an illusion was supposed to scare me. I've outgrown your games, Merlin. I'm no longer a little girl who needs to be tested with elaborate, impossible challenges. Even if creatures like the Threshold Wardens exist, I won't be facing them alone. I made up my mind. I'm sailing to the homelands.
Nimue, child. You're making a mistake.
Don't call me a child! I'm not making a mistake. I'm fixing yours. I know you thought you were doing the right thing by coming to this island, but the things you and Arthur do now are horrifying. You call it survival, but you're killing the very world you claim to save. You bend life and death to your will and call it wisdom. But all I see is madness, dressed as progress. Even if you somehow made Avalon habitable, you're building its foundations on piles of sacrificed bodies. And how exactly does that make us any different from the Four-Dwellers? How could anyone live here, knowing what we know?
I know this war has been long. I'm not proud of everything we've done, but it was necessary for all survival. Yes, blood was spilled, but the land will absorb it, and will honor it by building something new. We're so close to victory. Arthur and I are working tirelessly on a solution that will give us an edge. You just need to trust us. Trust me.
Oh, the solution, of course. Your vile, immoral experiments you wanted me to take part in. You know my answer, Master Merlin. For me, the cost outweighs the gain. So let me say it again. You can imprison me, you can try to persuade or intimidate me. I still won't help you. These things you have planned won't bring us victory. They'll only rewrite the future into something far worse than you can imagine. They break the cycle of nature itself, and that break will be paid for by generations not yet born. So yes, my only solution is to go back home.
The homelands are not your home. For you, they're a fantasy so far removed from reality that you can't even comprehend it. Do you think people chose to leave everything they knew on a whim? The Red Death was killing us. We were drowning in blood, pus, and corpses. That's what you want to go back to.
How is that any different from what's happening here? I've watched people die to this senseless war, to the weirdness, since the day I was born. And plagues come and go. It's been years. How do you even know the Red Death is still there?
I see you won't listen to reason.
I could say the same about you. Stay and rot on this island if that's what you wish, but I'm done. You and your precious Arthur can do whatever you please. I want no part in it anymore. We're going home, and you won't stop us.
That's where you're wrong. Your rebellion ends here, Nimue. Perhaps sometime in a cell will cool your temper.
What? No, you can't!
I can, and I will. Trust me. This is for your own good. His poor wife. I hope she found some solace. I hope his sister turned out to be smarter than him. Fools! Do they truly think this is a game to us? Death mean nothing. This war will end.
Merlin, my scouts reported back about Leira and Nimue's rebellion. They're trying to sabotage the iron shipments from the Forlorn Swords. They say their demand is that Sarras and the other ships be allowed to sail away from Avalon. Are they out of their minds? How can they be so oblivious to the dangers we left in the homelands? I held children dying of the Red Death in my arms. I watched them go stiff and cold. And then I myself carried them to the pyres. The homelands are ruined, poisoned. A graveyard soaked in the blood of those we had to leave behind. And they want to go back and weaken our forces in the process.
My king, I agree. This is suicide. The homeland's not a place to return to. They're a tomb. And yet, Nimue, Leira, and the other rebels refuse to see reason.
On that we agree. I've had enough of ordering men to die. But if they choose to go, I'll let them. Let them choose their fate. Let them swim that sea for what it is. If they refuse to believe the danger, let them learn it on their own skin. I'm tired, Merlin. Tired of proving to everyone that we have no home to return to.
Nimue is young, full of dangerous hope. She can be guided, tempered. They can all be kept here and given purpose. There must be another way. A better way than simply letting them die for daring to hold their own opinions in the middle of a war.
Another way? How many more have we lost while we wait for another way? I know what drives them. I've also looked into faces hollowed by hunger, smoke, and fever. And I know what Nimue thinks of our efforts to keep Avalon safe for centuries to come. Yet if she can't see the reason behind all the sacrifices we made to make Avalon our home, if she cannot accept that war is never a clean affair, then perhaps it is best to let her die along with her idealistic views. If it costs me my peace, so be it. Give them Sarras. Give them 2 more ships. Send them off. Let them find out for themselves.
You would send them to die just to prove there's no way back to the homelands?
No. I'd make an example of them. They cannot defy our decisions and fight us. The real enemy is in front of us, not among us. That said, I will not be the king who stole their last act of defiance. And if they die in the process, that's their choice.
My king, let me speak with her one more time.
Do as you wish. She's your responsibility. You know my mind. Give them ships. Burn the rest. I have a war to finish.
When Nimue and Captain Leira set sail for the homelands with the rebels, Merlin did the only thing he could to save them. Through a powerful spell, he sealed the entire fleet. Drawing on Nimue's magical potential as its source of power, flashes of light tore through the storm as the ships vanished beneath the raging sea, swallowed by the depths before anyone could understand what had happened. To the world, it looked like mass murder, a cruel punishment for desertion, but in truth, Merlin had saved them, allowing Sarras to become its own kingdom, far from the weirdness and the dangers of Avalon.
Child of the surface. I sensed you restoring order to the Afterimages. The calm I feel now tells me that all is correct. Everything is back where it belongs. Thank you for intervening. A war story, you say? Fascinating. I had no idea they would show themselves to you that way. I have no access to the contents of an Afterimage once it has changed, so I cannot say what you are shown. I can sense the Afterimages as if they were parts of my own body. I know where it hurts, but not why, and I cannot heal myself. I trusted it wouldn't happen, and here you are, safe and sound before me. I didn't know exactly what cleaning up the Afterimages would entail. Never before had they been in such disarray. Therefore, I assumed the one whose arrival caused those changes would also be able to restore the old order. Yes, I will honor Josephus's request. Now that the Afterimages are in order, I can leave my post. The melody of the organ will sound again, and Captain Leira will wake. I only hope you know what that entails.
This one is glad that you might witness this epochal work. The folk of Tumbo departed into the bosom of the Lord of the Depths, and this one absorbed their knowledge. So much knowledge. It was destiny, and destiny must not be denied. Had this one not carried out the slaughter, some other gatherer of knowledge would have done so. Only one who has amassed sufficiently great knowledge may attempt to seize it from others. This one was ready to submit to the trial. Rueko is of no consequence. Rueko was only the voice of Ercol, who set the law of gathering knowledge. The archive itself will decide whether one has gathered enough knowledge and is worthy to cross the threshold. This one is convinced that he will prove worthy. This one expected that a hot-blooded Toplander might react thus. This one will gladly accept the Toplander's challenge and seize the Toplander's knowledge. After the Toplander who has already visited the archive is defeated, the path to infinite knowledge will be open for this one. Let us fight.
Toplander, it's you! The Lord of the Depths has shown us mercy after all. Feed me a deep weller's flesh, and I will grant you passage deeper into our realm. Those vile things mock me, bite me, disturb my peace. I demand justice for their misdeeds. I have waited for this for so long. Then hunt, Toplander. I will not open the passage until I feel safe and avenged. I will await your return. So, you carry their flesh at last. My hunger and my vengeance are close to being sated. This is extraordinary. No one has ever offered me such a thing to consume. And yet, you are a Toplander. You must use my passage, even if it requires the sacrifice of an innocent life. Thank you. Now, drift straight ahead.
Welcome, child of the surface. Everyone is ready to play. Thanks to you. But tell me, are you ready from where you're headed, there is no return. You will go back to the surface. And we will face the consequences of what is decided in Lady Nimue's chamber. The melody of the organ will resonate through all of Sarras, carrying the promise of change. Its sound will awaken our captain, Leira, the one charged with Lady Nimue's protection, the one who calls to you, and to him within you. Of course, child of the surface, I knew it was you. And you, King Arthur. You who, believing you doomed us, became the reason this realm was born. You who granted us both the grace and the curse of eternal life. All of this is your doing, Arthur. I would not presume to guess at Lady Nimue's intentions, but I believe you will find the answers you seek, if you are willing to ask them yourself. This is why I gathered the remaining organists. You will learn in time. Perhaps we'll meet again. And when we do, I'll have your answer. But that depends on the choice you make in Lady Nimue's chamber. I can't tell you more than what you'll learn from Apse and Ercol. I served under him when he was still in his prime, but I wasn't there for his downfall. All I know is that little remains of the Captain Leira I once knew. Nothing human, at least. One way or another, you'll have to face him. It's the only path to Lady Nimue's chamber.
As different as they are, there's a great deal of humanity in them, although some of it ugly. Pettiness, selfishness, arrogance. And yet it's more peaceful than anything I've seen on Avalon or in the homelands. They're bound by a single purpose, one that unites them as much as it divides them. A community built around one goal. I find that admirable. There are times when lies are necessary, but you're right. They make a foundation that crumbles too easily. I wonder what would happen if the people here learned the truth. I'm afraid it would break them in ways that couldn't be mended. It's the ruler's fallacy, even in a place this small. You wish the very best for your people. You try to shield them from harm. But in the end, all you can do is pray that your care won't be the thing that brings them to ruin. That has been my suspicion from the moment we set foot here. This place hums with magic, but it isn't the weirdness. I only needed proof. I just didn't expect it to come through Merlin's own memories. He did. Just in his own way. He had a habit of doing that. I told him to sink the ships, and he did. But he also saved Nimue and the rebels because he wished to. And if that act gave rise to this whole kingdom around us, well, perhaps it turned out for the best. For Sarras and its people. Though I wonder what fate awaits them when we need to reclaim the fleet for Avalon. When that time comes, I trust you'll make the right choice. It seems I did. Though I can't fully explain why, I'm still not entirely myself. But I can understand it. In wartime, showing mercy to deserters wasn't a luxury I could afford. The war was nearing its end, true, but we still couldn't risk losing a single sword. By letting some sail and sinking the rest, I prevented more from fleeing, and, in a way, proved that I respected my people's choices, no matter the cost. Shell named Hiss never inspired my trust, but to suspect him of plotting the death of his own kind? No one could have foreseen that. I know Tumbo followed laws that we, as surface dwellers, could never fully understand. But mass murder in the name of knowledge? I don't think I ever want to understand the mind of that wretched creature. I only hope the people of Tumbo have found peace, and all the knowledge they desired, wherever they now believe themselves to be. Such a terrible loss.
So, shall we begin? Excellent. Gather, my brothers. It is time to awaken our captain. This sound. Sarras has not heard it since the day it was born. It will be glorious.
Traitor, it was your command that doomed us to this fate. You were supposed to let us go. And for that, I should thank you. Sarras is no blessing. It is a curse. You saw what became of my entire crew. Before we made Sarras our home, we drowned it in blood. We fled one war, only to fight another. We helped conquer Avalon, only to be forced to fight again for our existence. That is not what we wanted when we left those shores. Immorality is not life, mortal. The one you carry within you should know this well. His decision condemned us all, even if our doom was stretched across the endless span of time. Do not
dare mock me, traitor. A homeland may be ruined, but at least it would still be a home. If we had to spill blood, better that it be the blood of red death husks than that of innocent, otherworldly, sentient beings. And if you don't understand that distinction, then your soul is lost, without a chance for redemption. So in a way, we are avenged. But do not think that such news will change my resolve. Sarras is as the Lord of the Seas made it. Not Merlin, not Arthur. Glory to Lady Nimue and her endless wisdom for allowing me to fall into slumber. Were it not for her, I would have convinced the twins to release me to the surface centuries ago. And there I would have found you, Arthur, the traitor. I would have destroyed everything you left behind. I would have shattered every fragment of you and erased your presence from history, just as you erased us. A traitor shielding another traitor. What difference does it make who gave the order? And what kind of king is he, who knows not what his servants do? I can feel that traitor stench upon you. And by the almighty Lord of the Seas, I swear, this day you both shall die. I despise your pity. I care nothing for what Merlin desired. If the will of the Lord of the Seas had bound us, I would hate him too. But I know this. Of all the great figures in Sarras history, he alone wished us well. Gladly I offer your souls to the glory of the Lord, and your flesh to the dwellers of this realm. No one is permitted to enter Lady Nimue's chambers. I swore to guard her, and I shall keep that oath. Know this, I command the full might of Sarras.
been wondering when you'd find your way here. Your presence has rippled through all of Sarras. Wave after wave after wave. It reminds me of something. Someone. From a long time ago. Ever since I was sealed here, yes. I couldn't say how long it's been. Tell me, does the war still rage on? 600 years? Huh. It feels twice as long, to be honest. Still, if you're here, I suppose we won. Though I shudder to imagine the cost. At least the new children of Avalon don't have to live in fear. Tell me, how is life on the surface now? Gods. Nothing ever changes in that cursed place. I thought the menhirs would hold at least one peril at bay. But perhaps nothing good can last there. I know all the comings and goings of Sarras. I am in every part of these depths. Swimming with the floatlings in the Ulcerate. Gathering knowledge with the villagers of Tumbo. Watching over Leira in his slumber, gazing into the endless dark of the sea. Tell me, what do you think of my little domain? Do you like it? It is. All I've ever wanted was a peaceful place. To know how it feels. The quiet, the absence of fear. He gave me that. I should be grateful, yet it still feels like a betrayal. My troubled youth, you mean? And what? Are you wondering if I regret it now? If I feel I'm paying for my stubbornness, my arrogance, getting drunk on my own power? I'm afraid the truth is less dramatic. I was tired. I'd lost hope. And I wanted no part in Merlin and Arthur's vile practices. They stole our future before our lives even had a chance to begin. At least his betrayal gave me time to rest and to build something of my own. Something better than what we left on the surface. Gods, I'm tired of this argument, even after all these years. Merlin said I was too young, that I didn't know the world. And he was right. Of course I didn't. How could I? My world was burning, and I had no hope it would ever stop. I'd had enough suffering, and he wanted me to add to it by lending my power to his abhorrent ideas. He didn't care about the future, only about finding a way to win the war. Did he succeed in the long run? Or has history proven that I was right all along? Aren't you here because the world is on the brink of collapse? It's easy to judge with hindsight. I had no such luxury. Save me? What do you mean? And because of that, he... Am I supposed to be grateful? Thank the great Merlin, wherever he is, for bestowing this honor on us. What kind of logic drove him to that? Everyone died anyway. Just because they didn't rest in peace doesn't mean they're living. I don't understand. If he knew that would happen, why didn't he tell me? No, I don't think I would have. I'd have thought it was a ploy to keep me here. But I wouldn't have left without finding out for myself whether the danger was real. I was young, not an idiot, and people were relying on me. I wouldn't have led them to certain death just to spite Merlin. History does love its circles, I see. Far be it from me to begrudge anyone wanting to leave these miserable shores, but you do know the fleet is bound to me, don't you? You're asking for my life, and for Sarras to fall. Perhaps. Yet this is their home. We are intertwined. Do you think Tumbo's thirst for knowledge came merely from proximity to the archive? Or that the creatures of the Ulcerate feel the need to prove themselves only because of their father? I am them, and they are me. They will survive, most of them, but they will be untethered. It was. The circumstances are different now. What happens on the surface matters little to me. I have my own domain to tend to. You don't pull your punches, do you? What I want doesn't really matter here. Sarras is bigger than me. But if you truly wish to know, I do not desire death. I'm at peace here already. Yet, I wouldn't mind it either. As you said, I've been alive for a long time. If it were only about me, I wouldn't care either way. But it isn't. Thank you. I hope you mean that. I never loved Avalon. It gave me life, and then it took everything else. It never felt like home to me, but I know it does for so many. I truly hope things will get better for them one day.
What have you done? This was not meant to be. Sarras was meant to be freed, and us along with it. You wanted answers. This is your answer. I curse you, Arthur, for this accursed undeath in this accursed realm. 1,000-fold I curse you. You were meant to free us from this endless agony. If Sarras is to remain, then I will make sure you become one with it.
The long-awaited change that Josephus and the other denizens of Sarras yearned for never came to pass. Those in the sanctuary went on as they always had, tending to their knowledge, raising the Lord's offspring, hidden from the wider world. The sanctuary drifted on in its quiet bubble, peaceful and undisturbed, steady in its ways.